Today in this video we are going to study about nucleotides and nucleosides, the difference between nucleotides and nucleosides. First we are going to study about the nucleotides. Nucleotides consist of three components. They are sugar, one nitrogenous base and phosphoric acid or phosphate group. It contains three components. They are sugar, nitrogenous base and phosphoric acid. Let us see the structure of each of the component. First of all, we are going to discuss about the sugar. The sugar present in a nucleotide is pentose sugar, and there are two types of sugars. They are ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. The deoxyribose sugar is present in the DNA and ribose sugar is present in the RNA. Ribose sugar present in the RNA, deoxyribose sugar present in the DNA. And the only difference between these two is in the second carbon. Here H and OH and here H and H. Deoxyribose. So sugar is pentose. And there are two types of pentose sugar in the nucleotide. They are ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. Deoxyribose sugar is present in the DNA and ribose sugar is present in the RNA. And the only difference between these two is on the second carbon atom. Now coming to the nitrogenous bases. Two types of nitrogenous bases are there. They are purines and pyrimidines. Adenine and guanine are purines. They contain double ring. Purines contain double ring. And pyrimidines contain single ring. They are cytosine and thymine. Cytosine and thymine are the pyrimidines. So there are two types of nitrogenous bases. They are purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine and guanine. Pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine. Purines contain double ring and pyrimidines contain single ring. Now the last component is phosphate group. A phosphate ion is at the center and it is bonded to 4 oxygen atoms. The phosphate ion bonded to 4 oxygen atoms. This is the phosphate group. It is present in the nucleotide. Now we can see the structure. This is the structure of a nucleotide. Here you can see the phosphate group. This is the pentose sugar, deoxyribose, and this is the nitrogenous bases. Adenine, cytosine, guanine, thymine. Any one of these nitrogenous bases attached to this pentose sugar, and at the 5' position a phosphate group is also attached. This is the structure of a nucleotide. DNA nucleotide. So a nucleotide consists of three components: one phosphate group, one sugar group and nitrogenous base. Sugars are deoxyribose or ribose. They are pentose sugars. And nitrogenous bases are two types of nitrogenous bases, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine and guanine and pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine. Then a phosphate group is also present. This is the structure of nucleotide. Then what is the difference between the nucleotide and nucleoside? If this phosphate group is absent, that is known as nucleoside. So the nucleoside consists of only the pentose sugar and the nitrogenous bases. If the phosphate group is absent and it contains only pentose sugar and nitrogenous base, that is known as nucleoside. For example, consider this structure. Here you can see a pentose sugar, a nitrogenous base adenine and a phosphate group. All these three together are known as adenosine monophosphate nucleotide. Here the base present is adenine, so the name is adenosine. If it is cytosine, then known as cytosine monophosphate nucleotide. So here the phosphate group, pentose sugar and adenine nitrogenous base are present. So this is adenosine monophosphate nucleotide. Similarly, if this phosphate group is removed, then the remaining is only adenine and pentose sugar. That is known as adenosine nucleoside. If only the sugar and nitrogenous bases are there, they are known as adenosine nucleoside. So the nucleoside contain the pentose sugar and nitrogenous base, but the nucleotide contain pentose sugar, nitrogenous base and phosphate. This is the difference between the nucleoside and nucleotide. Once more, the nucleotide contain phosphate group, pentose sugar and nitrogenous base, but nucleoside contain only pentose sugar and nitrogenous base. In that case, the phosphate group is absent. This is about the nucleoside and nucleotide. Thank you.